Good morning, dear students. Gentlemen, ladies, today we are going to do a poem by Alexander Pope, Then Thyself. This poem actually tries to define who we human beings are. This is a very difficult question which has been asked by many great people, many great philosophers of all times, and yet we didn't came across a very satisfactory answer to that. Alexander Pope, he was born in the spring of 1688, the only child to Alexander and Edith Pope. At the age of 12, Pope composed his earliest extant work, Ode to Solitude, and that very same year he saw the onset of the debilitating bone deformity that would plague Pope until the end of his life. Originally attributed to the severity of his studies, the illness is now commonly accepted as Pott's disease, and that is a form of a tuberculosis affecting the spine, which stunted his growth. As a consequence of that, Pope's height never exceeded 4.5 feet. That left him hunchbacked, asthmatic, frail, and prone to violent headaches. His physical appearance was not very pleasing, and that would make him an easy target for his many literary enemies back in his day, who would refer to the poet as a hump-backed toad. Now that was very, very mortifying to him. Okay, we go through the poem. Recitation is important in poetry, so we'll recite the poem, and after that we'll go through the summary of that. We'll discuss the poem. Know then thyself, presume not God to scan. The proper study of mankind is man, placed on this isthmus of a middle state, a being darkly wise and rudely great, with too much knowledge for the skeptic's sight, with too much weakness for the stoic's pride. He hangs between, in doubt to act or rest, in doubt to deem himself a god or beast, in doubt his mind or body to prefer, born but to die and reasoning but to err, alike in ignorance, his reason such. Whether he thinks too little or too much, chaos of thought and passion all confused, still by himself, abused or disabused, created half to rise and half to fall, great Lord of all things, yet a prey to all, sole judge of truth, in endless error hurled, the glory, jest, and riddle of the world. Go wondrous creature, mount where science guides, go measure earth, weigh air, and state the tides. Instruct the planets in what orbs to run, correct old time, and regulate the sun. Go soar with Plato to thy imperial sphere, to the first good, first perfect, and first fair. Or tread the mazy round his followers trod, and quitting sense call imitating God. As Eastern priests in giddy circles run, and turn their heads to imitate the sun, go teach eternal wisdom how to rule, then drop into thyself and be a fool. Superior beings when of late they saw a mortal man unfold all nature's law, admired such wisdom in earthly shape, and showed a Newton as we show an ape. Could he, whose rules the rapid comet bind, describe or fix one moment of his mind, who saw its fires here rise and there descend, explain his own beginning or his end? Alas, what wonder! Man's superior part, unchecked may rise and climb from art to art. But when his own great work is but begun, what reason weaves by passion is undone. The surface meaning of this poem concerns an explanation about what defines humanity. Pope uses the rhyme scheme of alternating lines to explore the idea that we humans as a species are a work in progress in between heavens and hell. The speaker alternates and vacillates between the idea of human beings being somewhere in between the elements of greatness and equally of failure. The speaker supports this idea with suggesting that in order to know who or what human beings are, one should study behavior. And this is what the poet says: the proper study of mankind is man. Throughout the poem, the speaker posits human beings in between extremities, darkly wise or rudely great, in doubt to deem himself a god or a beast. These are the lines, verses. He hangs in between, in doubt, to act or to rest. The defining aspect of humanity, according to the Pope, is this: the riddle of the world.